Welcome to another exciting episode of Dorm Room Fantasies with Michael and Carl. We have a homework assignment thing due tomorrow. I, however, am going to be on an airplane tomorrow, so I have to finish this tonight. What do we even have to do?
You gotta count some words.
So we have to write 2 programs. The first one, we have to recursively read through a file and determine the frequency of different words. We read through the file. If it hasn't seen a word before, it stores it somewhere. If it sees the word again, it increments however many times it's seen it.
Yeah, you could do it like that, I guess.
Yeah, that makes it sound like that's not the right way to do it.
Well, you've got to read it in recursively.
This is merge sort?
This is merge sort, and then it goes back and just sorts them all. After you've got all these into like their own equal like parts, say each of these are, they're an element. You get like an array of elements, and then you break them all into like each of their own elements, and then you bring them back together to sort them.
You bring them back together, but in order.
Mm-hmm.
Carl is trying to copy code he found on the internet, and it's not working.
Don't do it, kids.
So you put various text strings in there, like, why are there on snakes on this mother plane? It should sort them alphabetically if the code works correctly. Yeah, it's not doing it. What have you learned, Carl?
These have to be sorted.
What does that
mean? My
mean?
original pattern was just these here have to be alphabetized before I actually merge them.
So you were splitting these out and then just recombining them without alphabetizing them?
Yeah, you've got to alphabetize them before.
So every time you bring them together, you need to compare them and switch them around. This is Carl's programming entertainment. It's saltybet.com. Apparently you wager fake money on the outcome of some kind of computer versus computer fighting game thing. Are you winning?
Here and now I'm not. This is not looking very good.
How's your program?
Well, as you can see, we're out of memory. So I've done something terribly
You're running out of space. I'm really enjoying this programming stuff because I've mentioned before that I've wanted to program for most of my entire life, but I've just, for whatever reason, never been able to force myself to learn how to do it. So by going to school and having a teacher force me to do it, I'm actually doing it. How long have you been programming?
5 years.
Has it always been something that you've wanted to do?
At first I was like, words and math? Hell no, that sounds really dumb. After I started doing it for a while, it just started to become a lot more fun.
This is exciting. I feel like I'm doing something. There's probably, this doesn't matter for you because you're a youngin' still, but there's probably not that many people who are my age who are still actively learning brand new things in their lives like this. Maybe that's too much of a generalization. I don't know if I can say that. But the impression I get of people who are generally my age is that they've already done school, they've got their lives figured out, and they're just doing whatever they're going to do for the rest of their lives. Katelyn, are you having fun?
No.
So this is my program. You load in a text file, it displays that text file over here, and then does a word analysis to figure out how many times each of these words appeared in the text. There's a list of words over here to be excluded from the word analysis. So if I don't want the word there to be in there, I can do that and then refresh it. It redoes the analysis, excluding that word. The only thing I have left to do is have this sort the words by the number of times they appear. Right now it's sorted by the order in which they appeared. Welcome to Glenn's car. I'm about to tell you a story, so sit back and relax for a second. I was supposed to be on an airplane flying to Minneapolis and then to Toronto at 2:25 p.m. today. At 11 a.m., I called Missoula Yellow Cab Company and I said, hello, can I please get a cab at 1:30 to take me to the airport? And the woman took my address, was like, thank you very much. That was that. At 1:30, no one showed up. At 1:45, I finally called, and I got a different woman on the phone And I said, hi, I had a reservation for 1:30, and she said, we don't take reservations. I explained that I spoke to a woman earlier who took my reservation, and this woman replied, I highly doubt that because we don't take reservations. So I asked, okay, can I just get a cab now to take me to the airport? And she said, there's 45 minutes to an hour wait. So I hung up with her and just drove myself to the airport, figuring I'd just park in the long-term parking lot. I still have no idea how much that would cost. I got there and I got to the counter at 1:58, which was 3 minutes after check-in closed, so they wouldn't let me board the plane. I have since been rebooked onto some other flights. I'm flying from Missoula to Salt Lake City to Minneapolis tonight, spending the night in Minneapolis, and then tomorrow morning I have a flight from Minneapolis to Toronto. So it all worked out in the end, but Missoula Cab Company. Today's the first day that it has gotten above freezing in Missoula in a week or two, maybe. So as a result, everything's getting all melty, and then I'm sure tonight it's gonna freeze again. A fresh layer of ice on all the roads for you.
Woohoo!
Whee! Does look rather gloomy out there.
I mean, think about it. It's 4:55 p.m. We would have over 5 hours of bright, beautiful sunshine just, 5 months ago, 4 months ago?
I've always been impressed with how fast it swings one way or the other here. One day the sun sets at like 3 p.m. I feel like it helps me appreciate summer more than I did when I lived in California.
All the seasons. I mean, we have that distinct 4 seasons, and you appreciate all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for the ride.
Yep. Safe travels.
See you on Monday. I'll let you know when I get in. That door always opens just late enough that it makes you wonder if it's actually going to open at all. Flying out of gate C13 in 1 hour. Every single one of these pictures has papyrus as a little caption font. There's this chicken wrap place on the complete opposite side of the airport from anywhere that I ever have to be. But it's really good, so I always make sure to go over there and get some. I also invented this handy bag holder for myself. Fantastic. Now I get to spend the night in the airport. There's a 24-hour McDonald's, just in case I get hungry. Otherwise, everything else is pretty closed up. There aren't any other people here. Oh, they just started turning some of the lights off. Gates must be remained open. Last time I spent the night in this airport, there was a Delta agent handing out sleeping cots, or little mats for people to sleep on. There doesn't seem to be anybody here this time, so I guess maybe I don't get a mat. If you ever get stuck at the Minneapolis airport, if you come to the D concourse, there's this observation deck, and there's very rarely anyone else up here. It's kind of hidden. But it's just this little room, and you can see the runways, a bunch of planes. It's nice and quiet. I went down to the bathroom to go to the bathroom, but then right next to the bathroom, there was this stack of sleeping mats. So I stole one and brought it up into the observation deck. So now I have something softer than the floor to sleep on. I also just learned that there's going to be an Invader Zim comic. Invader Zim was probably my favorite cartoon to ever air on Nickelodeon. So this is very exciting to me. I don't even really like comics. I feel like they're really expensive for how short they are. I mean, I know a lot of work goes into each one of them, but I've never been into them. But this might actually get me to buy a comic book. I've got the phone set up to do a time lapse of hopefully the sunrise. I don't know exactly where the sun's gonna come up. I'm kind of just guessing based on the light on the moon that it's gonna be kind of in that area. We'll see. I kind of wish that Christmas music was not as loud as it is. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get a few hours of sleep. I should probably be getting up in like 5 hours from now. Today was kind of a crazy day. I am very thankful though that Delta sort of bent over backwards to make sure that I was still getting to Toronto as quickly as possible. So thanks to the people at Delta for helping me make sure I get to where I need to go. Thanks to all the people on Twitter who offered up places to stay for the night even though I ended up opting to just sleep here on this mat. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in a few hours.